Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, some of my subscribers have asked me how to get promoted in a corporate environment. Now, for the first 6 months of my working life, I did work in a corporate environment in a bank. And thereafter, I worked in parliament, and then I've been working with presidents or vice presidents in an executive capacity in the executive branch of government. However, I was a pastor for over a decade, and while in an executive capacity in the federal government, I did have occasion to promote people and to demote people. So I do have an idea of how to get promoted in a corporate environment. Now, one of the very first things I will tell you is that you've got to compartmentalize your life. Now, what do I mean by compartmentalize your life? You see, when you are leaving home to go to the office, what you want to do is that you want to really leave home. So forget about family issues, home issues, leave them at home. Don't take them to the office. Don't bring them with you to the office. So you go to the office and you focus at the office. You focus on your work, laser focus, tunnel vision at the office. And then you focus on the tasks that have been given to you. And then when you leave the office and you're going home, what you want to do is you want to reverse the process. So you want to concentrate on your family, leave work at work, and then focus on your family. Love your spouse, play with your children, just generally have family life and family time. And that's what you want to do. Now, another thing that you want to do is this: you have to realize that at the office, your colleagues are not your friends. So do not behave with them as if they are your friends. So what that means is that do not confide in them. Do not confide in them, because you got to remember that your colleagues are only at that place not because they're looking for friends. They're there because they're looking for money, they're looking for promotion, they're looking for success. So if you treat them like friends and you confide in them, and they can use what you confide in them to get money, promotion, or success, they're going to do that. And you can't blame them because they did not come there to make friends. So you got to realize that if you want to confide in somebody, look for a confidante outside your office and outside your home. Probably your pastor or your friend from school or your sibling, or it doesn't matter, but somebody that you can confide to. And then you vent to that person, because if you don't vent, you're going to explode. Now, another thing that's very important is this: in your office, you got to socialize with your colleagues. You socialize with your colleagues, but then you prioritize your boss. Look at that. You socialize with your colleagues, but then you prioritize your boss. So it's very important. Now, your colleagues might get jealous, and then they might call you a bootlicker, or they might call you a sycophant. Now, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Insults do not reduce you. Insults do not reduce you. Just absorb those insults. Do not react. Do not report people. Just absorb them. Now, you got to remember, because it's so important to do that. Why? Because the hand that signed your appointment letter is going to be the same hand that will sign your promotion letter. And another thing, in an office environment, what you want to do is that you want to be smart enough to be seen as competent, but not smart enough where you are seen as a risk to your boss's position or to your senior colleagues' positions. So what happens is that when you call for meetings, what you want to do, you want to be poignant, but you don't want to be pregnant. I'm going to say that one more time. You want to be poignant, but you don't want to be pregnant. What does it mean to be poignant? Poignant is this: you have an agenda for the meeting, it's given to you beforehand. Study the agenda. Look for something, only one very powerful thing to say. Just one very powerful thing to say, and then wait for an opportunity to just say that one powerful thing that will just be poignant, that will hit your boss, hit your colleagues, hit everybody. And then say it. But then don't go to the meeting and then dominate the meeting. Start giving ideas. Start showing how you're better than anybody. Start showing off. What's going to happen is that you're going to intimidate even your boss, and then woe beside you if you intimidate your boss, because who's going to promote you? So what you want to do, you want to be poignant, but you do not want to be pregnant. Very important. And then the final thing I'm going to say is this: you got to realize that you are in an office environment. And when you're in an office environment, it's one of those environments that are very echelonic. What it means is that, there's a hierarchical structure. So you want to just look at your time there like a ruler, like, would I say, a scale. And on the one end of the scale is you being very warm. And on the other end of the scale is that, you're being very, very strong. So look at that: warmth, that is charm, niceness, sweetness. That's that on warmth on the one end of the scale. And then on the other end of the scale, you have being very strong. That means that you're being your dominance, your assertiveness. That's the other end. So what you want to do in that office environment is that you want to make sure that you are not at this end of the scale where you are seen to be too warm, and you're seen to be too nice, and you're seen to be too sweet, and you're seen to be too cute. Nobody's going to respect you. Nobody's going to respect you. And you don't want to be at this other end of the scale where you seem to be too dominant, you seem to be too masculine, you seem to be too assertive. people are going to hate you. So what you want to do is that you want to be in the middle where you combine strength and warmth, where so that you're not seen to be too warm and you're not seen to be too strong. And then that middle scale, that's where you're going to be respected. And then when you're respected, you're going to be promoted. Now, I hope this has made sense. Now, probably if I've talked too fast, or maybe my accent is funny, or maybe some other thing, and then you don't understand some of the things I said here, what I want you to do is that put your questions in the comment section of this video. My staff are going to bring them to me. And because of how important this is, I will respond to each and every category, even every comment. Now, you got to remember, on YouTube, I do not have a WhatsApp forum, a Telegram channel, or a Gmail email address. So you got to beware of scammers and spammers who create fake YouTube profiles, and then they approach people in the comment section of my video pretending to be me, and then asking these people for money. Everything I do is free. I'm the Apostle of Prosperity, Pastor Reno, saying, God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is